So the question was, are there big surprises now that I'm an entrepreneur rather than a venture capitalist? And I guess in a way I was prepared for surprise because, again, uncertainty, surprise, et cetera. And in fact, I guess I'll make a couple points here. There are a couple of absolute, and then I'll answer your question, hopefully. There are a couple of absolute notions. So I just talked a lot about uncertainty, but I think there are some absolutes here and things I wasn't surprised about. The number one thing is it's really hard work. And there's no letting up. There's nothing, as a venture capitalist, there are so many things to do and there's so many ways you can add value to a company. You can't possibly do it all. So therefore, you just pick and choose and, it's actually comforting to know that you can't do everything and your companies are still managed and they'll go forward whether, you help or not. And you help, but you help as much as you can. As an entrepreneur, your company's moving forward only insofar as you're doing something. And it is really hard work. And so that's obviously, that's an absolute. Another absolute is prioritization. There's too little time, you gotta prioritize, you gotta be absolutely brutal in prioritizing. And another absolute is passion. And this is the thing that I think I'm most surprised about is how passionate I am about what I'm doing right now. And it's not that I wasn't passionate about the portfolio companies that I was backing. I love these companies, but they weren't my own. I mean, they were, I had a part of them and I love them in their own way. But what I'm doing now is just, it's part of me. And I'm overjoyed. The folks that have come and joined our venture, I'm tickled that they've joined this venture because they've joined this passion. And it's really cool when they take it on and I can let them fly and, I hear them talk about it. It's really great. And so there is not, the buzz that you get as an entrepreneur is phenomenal. And of course, the highs and the lows are huge, the swings. And I have to be honest, when you're first starting out a company, even, we've been at it again for a year or two, depending on how you count, there haven't been too many lows. We'll brace for them. I mean, I'm sure something will happen. And I would say that these early days are great because you're just clicking along. It's, if you're growing from 1,000 users to 10,000 to 100,000, you can do it. Somewhere the tension comes into play where, things go wrong, you lose a partner, your service goes down at the worst possible moment, whatever. And you'll hit those lows and those lows will be super low. We don't have a portfolio as an entrepreneur. You don't have, if as a VC, if one of my companies was doing poorly, another company was doing great. That was always the case. And so you could balance that out. The other thing that's interesting, again, I'm being very candid and open, the moment that we took in money and started this business full time, I started dreaming. And I don't mean like I'm dreaming of how, I mean like I started remembering my dreams. I go to sleep, I wake up in the morning, I said, I had a dream. I haven't remembered the first time I had I don't even remember the last time I remembered a dream. And I was just thinking to myself, my brain's actually working differently now. My brain was working constantly. I guess I was able to kind of compartmentalize things or shut things down as a venture capitalist, or maybe there was too much to think about because there were 10 companies that I was thinking about. Here, there's one company, it's like, again, this guy's gonna sell his house and I've got this deliverable and I've got, it's more stressful. There's no doubt about that, but it's fun stressful. It's kind of X Games stressful. We're on the half pipe and it's cool. So there's a couple of nuances there.